Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another very special, as always, episode of the Hyper Conscious Podcast. We hope you enjoyed our latest episode. We were lucky enough to chat with our buddy Evan Carmichael. Today, for episode number 441, we are going to talk about the fact that there is no such thing as overnight success. I know we talked about that with Evan, but we're going to talk about it as well.
So if you did listen to the episode with Evan, and if you haven't, go back and check that out. Fire. So I asked him about a post that he made recently where he had posted his YouTube subscribers, the number of subscribers that he had, all the way back to 2012. So Evan Carmichael started his YouTube channel. You have the chills over there?
No, man, I'm just making sure you got I feel like you got the angle on me a little bit. It's okay.
So Evan Carmichael started his YouTube channel in 2012, and it is now 2020. So that's 8 years ago. So, wait.
That's good.
2008?
Yeah, I thought you said 2012.
I did.
8 years.
Okay, but in this analysis, I don't know if I crunched the numbers wrong, but here's the point. So he started with, I remember 4 years into his journey, he had 996 subscribers. And we talked about this live on the interview. And 996 subscribers. Imagine doing something every day.
Let me pull it up.
Yeah, let's pull it up, please. Imagine doing something every day, pouring your heart and soul into something every single day for 4 full years, and then only having 996 subscribers. You would think he would have gotten discouraged. But 4 years after that, I'm fairly certain he had almost 400,000.
All right, so this starts in 2009.
Oh, okay, that's why.
2009.
Okay, that was the anomaly. Okay, so in 2009, for the listeners, can you just walk them through the numbers real quick?
August 1st, 2009, 57 subscribers.
Okay, 4 years after that.
4 years after that would be 2013,
Yeah.
3,602.
Okay, 4 years after that.
1, 2, 3, 4. 851,751.
Okay, and now he has how many?
As of August 1st, 2020, 2.5 million.
Okay, so the reason why... So the name of this episode is There's No Such Thing as Overnight Success. I want you to imagine Evan Carmichael in 2009. At the end of 2009, he had been doing YouTube videos every day, I think 3 a day or something crazy.
I don't remember what he started with, but yeah, at some point he was doing 3 or 5 a day.
Right, and I think he has over 6,000 total videos. But imagine pouring your heart and soul into something every day for a year and then coming out with what? I think a couple hundred subscribers. You would think he would have gotten discouraged. He didn't. He kept going. And now he's Evan Carmichael. Now he has 2.5 million YouTube subscribers. And now he's one of the most successful I think he's the most successful YouTuber in the personal development space, like overall.
I believe so.
And the thing is, though, when people ask him questions like, how did you do it? There's a lot of different answers he could give. But I'll never forget this one quote by Jay-Z. He said, the real genius thing that we did was we never quit. You know, and so this episode's about overnight success not being a thing. Evan Carmichael appears to be, if you looked at him in the last couple of years, an overnight success. Speaking on stage with Ed Milet, you know, speaking on our stage. Yeah, speaking on stage with Brennan.
Yeah, the Ed Milet, Brennan Burchard, the Hyperconscious Podcast.
Exactly.
Your World Within, you know.
And so what we wanted to get across to everybody on this episode is like, and we talk about this a lot, we felt unsuccessful for the longest time.
I still feel unsuccessful.
Well, let's go on deeper on that.
Well, first of all, I want to make this point. The only way you will understand that overnight success is not a thing is either if you're an entrepreneur or you know somebody who grinded and then made it. Because the thing is, you never hear about the people who don't make it.
I know.
The people who are never, quote-unquote, successes. But every single person, Adele at one point was grinding. How many albums did Adele have before hers made it? How many albums did Eminem have? Like, actually, I think he only had one. I think he had Infinite, and then he had Slim Shady LP. But
how many years was he rapping?
A lot.
Right.
He was freestyling, not getting paid. Like,
right.
You know,
working at a car manufacturer.
Yeah, anybody that made it, by default, probably worked harder to get there than they did that you've seen. Really, like Jay-Z's been in the game for 20-something years. Okay, sure. Right? But like the people that are coming into it now, these one-hit wonders, they worked for a long time. And they look like they're overnight successes. The only reason they look that way is because you didn't know them before. Everybody is this way.
Right.
This is the way it works.
Well, if you're out there listening and you know Gary Vee talks about how he started a business and worked every day for 13 years before he said a word about it on social media.
Yeah.
And now he's Gary Vee. He's got 7 million Instagram followers. He's Gary Vee. But we're not witnessing the 13 years. I mean, we're only 4 years into this journey. We have to double that. We have to more than double that in additional years just to get to the place where Gary Vee started social media.
Yeah.
And this is the one concept that I find it so difficult to explain to people because this is how my math mind always works. Nobody wants to be Jeff Bezos in 1994 when he asks his investors for $20,000 and they say, "What's the internet?" But now Jeff Bezos is the richest man in the world with Amazon.com. And no one wants to be Eminem in a trailer park sitting on a cardboard box writing a rap, taking the bus to work at a car manufacturer. But what's interesting is that we're all that way at some point. And one of the things that I want to make clear as well is Kevin and I go on a lot of shows now, and it's really, really such an honor to be interviewed. But lately, what I've really tried to drive home to people is like, you're not seeing me punch my car ceiling, hating my job, crying alone, calling a self-help hotline, suicide hotline, in my driveway, hating my life. I bought I think it was actually fairly expensive too. I bought like a suicide prevention kit that I think I told you about.
Yeah, you told me about that.
And you're not seeing that. No one saw that.
Well, why would you?
Right. And I carried a card around in my. They had these cheat codes, these cheat cards of like, tell yourself that you can do it. Like, I forget what this one said, but I carried this card around in my pocket for the longest time. Now I create my own, and I have flashcards in my pocket that are empowering. But for a long time, I got a lot of my self-help from, I think that might have actually been my first real dive into personal development.
Interesting.
Crazy, right?
You'll have to tell that full story on another episode.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, you would never know whether or not somebody was an overnight success. Everybody is to you because you don't know them beforehand. Of course they are an overnight success. You don't know them and then you do.
Right.
Right? So everybody seems
right.
like an overnight success, but it doesn't. I think it's a mixture of a lot of different things, and the main ingredient in this is time and consistency and dedication, and I won't say hard work because David would lose his mind. But work, consistent effort.
Yeah.
Consistent effort. And again, the people that you don't see are the ones who quit. And you'll never know how many of those people there are because you never hear about them. It's this weird thing.
It is a weird
weird game.
Fire episode. 10-second blip and then we'll go.
Every single person you have ever witnessed, the odds of every single person you have ever witnessed being an overnight success are the lowest odds possible.
Right.
Like maybe people have been. Also, an overnight success is also gone the next day. They don't stick around for very long because they haven't built their characters up.
Right. Or
That's
their
what I would
skills.
say. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
My 10-second blip would be something this is supposed to be my book that I never ended up finishing. It is not the strongest, fastest, or smartest who wins in the long run. It is the most consistent. I told Emilian B, I've told my clients, like the only way you don't win is if you can't keep the train rolling. Like the Why Power podcast is 15 episodes in, and they're awesome. I've listened to every one. The only way you two don't succeed is if you stop. Improvement will happen. Make sure you're consistent.
Fire. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed this. Let me consult the camera real quickly to tell you what's next. Let's see. So this is dropping several minutes after we record it because we're jeffing. Up next, we are dropping an episode on... tomorrow is the top 10 takeaways from 430 episodes.
The Mastermind.
Our live Mastermind Fire. We took the top 10 lessons we have learned from Evan... Lori Harder, Dave Meltzer, Jarek Robbins, all sorts of Mark Metry. I think Mark's on there. A bunch of people.
Brant Pinvidic. Yep.
So that's an absolute fire episode. We got a lot of love on that too because again, we're condensing 430 episodes into 10, and as much as I want you to go listen to every single thing we've ever done, I understand that there's a bit of a time crunch on that, so it makes things a little bit difficult. If you want to start a podcast.
Strong work.
Strong work. I am doing free 30-minute consultations. I plan on keeping them rolling for a while, but I don't know. As the schedule fills up like it is, they might go away at some point. But I love hopping on the phone with you guys. I love learning about podcasters and what you're all about. And yeah.
The Hyperconscious team now officially has a master dashboard where all of us track our productivity every day.
Yes, we do.
My clients, I actually just messaged them yesterday for their permission to do this. I'm going to be combining all of them onto one master dashboard so that we can all elevate as a team. And it's really cool what can happen when you tap into the competitive and collaborative nature of an entire team. And if you are interested, I'm also doing free calls for peak performance consulting for your business and your life and your career as well. So book those. Again, like Kevin said, they are not going to happen forever. Honestly, I can tell they're not. Yeah. I'm ready to elevate my coaching. If you're ready to elevate in your life, that is the way. Also, every Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are opening the room. Actually, at 5:30 p.m.
Right, wrong about the first part.
Exactly.
Now we're right.
For the pre-Mastermind Mastermind.
Yes.
No, seriously though, the Hyperconscious Mastermind is the best place to meet growth-minded people.
Ever.
I'm calling it.
Ever.
I'm calling it. I love them. You love them. Join us.
Fire. That's great. That's great. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed this, and we will talk to you tomorrow or tonight at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you join the Mastermind.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.